Live on DSTV channel 421 and GoTV channel 125 and around the world on myjoyonline.com. This is Joy News Prime with me, Carlos Kaloni. Coming up tonight, Galamsey activities threatens the country's power grid and illegal miners endangering gas pipeline, which could potentially spark an explosion capable of wiping out entire communities. And Ghana Tertiary Education Commission stands firm against Deputy Health Minister's Professor title claim. Tonight, we'll bring back the minister's responses at the vetting committee earlier, plus details of a status at the University of Otis Spencer Fox Eccles. An opposition NPP vows to protect members during the Akwetia by-election, despite assurances from the Ghana Police Service that it will offer optimum security during the process. Details as the NDC urges police to deal with persons who cause mayhem during the process. And tonight, street begging on the rise. Parliamentary committee raises alarm over human trafficking, insisting that many of them are victims of human trafficking. Remember, we are your home of independent, fearless and credible journalism. Stay with us. Thank you so much for joining us here on Joy News Prime. Tonight, government is in high-stakes battle against time to evict illegal miners whose activities are dangerously encroaching on critical gas pipelines. The threat is particularly dire for the Anwanso pipeline, which supplies the newly commissioned 250-megawatt thermal power plant in Kumasi. Now, energy company Gensa has identified 15 high-risk sites in the Western and Ashanti regions where Galamsey operations are not only damaging communication cables, but also jeopardizing pipeline integrity. Now, the consequences of inaction could be catastrophic. Now, a pipeline rupture could unleash a devastating explosion, decimating entire communities along its path. Clinton Yeboah has more in the following report.
Gensa aids in gas supplies to critical thermal plants across the country, including the Kumasi 1 thermal power plant. This encroachment comes at a time when Ghana already struggles to meet its daily peak gas demand, a situation that could worsen into crippling nationwide power shortages if supplies are disrupted. Gensa warns that tempering or rupturing the lines could trigger catastrophic explosions, wiping out entire communities in their path. Vice President of Operations at Gensa Energy, Henry Abeku Opon, disclosed that the threat was uncovered by monitoring teams in Galamsey-prone corridors.
We've identified several prone areas. We have more than 50 communities we've identified as, Galamsey-prone areas where the activities normally interrupt or cut our communication cables. And we've actually identified all of these communities where we've intensified surveillance monitoring systems. Western region, I wouldn't be able to, fully reveal, but there are a lot of areas in the Western region. Galamseys are very active in the Western region. Our pipeline, Western region to Ashanti region, these areas are areas we are battling and working assiduously to ensure the communities are well sensitized to understand that some of these operations are very harmful to the operations of the pipeline and can become real threat to the community. So we work with the communities effectively to ensure that they accept that their operations these levels of operations could harm and become a threat to the safety of the communities.
For Joy News.
Well, the Ghana Coalition Against Illegal Mining warns the menace is spiraling out of control. Convener Dr. Kenneth Ashigbe is urging President John Mahama to honor his pre-election pact with civil society groups by taking decisive action. He made a call in an interview with Elton Broby on the Pulse.
A lot of the things that I want to hear is the things that the president himself had committed to, the pact he signed with the coalition and UTAC, and then some of the things they said. So we definitely would want to see states of emergency in some, the areas that are endemic with this environmental criminals. He's asked that we hold the DCs and MCs accountable So I'm hoping that the president will say that for every DC or MC, if there's Galamsey happening in your constituency, in your district or municipality, then you have failed me. He dismisses you and then he causes an investigation to find out whether you are complicit and he holds you accountable. We're also hoping that the president would immediately ask that all these politically exposed persons, including those that his attorney general has asked to be investigated, quickly to be arrested and investigation goes on, and those who have to be prosecuted are prosecuted.
Well, the Lands Ministry says it has taken notice of the issue and has referred it to NIMOS, which is now drawing up plans to tackle the encroachment and revisiting strategies to end illegal mining nationwide. Shandof Ayrebiakwa is spokesperson for the ministry.
We have taken notice of this particular development and all other threatening matters that are emerging. The truth of the matter is that right upon the detection, NIMOS was notified, the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, and as of now, they are drawing a comprehensive plan to deal with this particular issue and indeed any other matter that may come out of this particular development. So by way of a response, indeed, we have taken notice and we are working around the clock to mitigate the impact.
Away from that, the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, GTEC, has refused to back down in its dispute with Deputy Health Minister Dr. Grace Ayenso-Dankwa over her use of professor title. Dr. Ayenso-Dankwa's lawyers had issued a 2-week ultimatum to GTEC, but the commission has stood firm, insisting that she provide evidence to support a claim of being a full professor.
The controversy began when Dr. Ayenso-Dankwa mentioned during her vetting that she was a full professor from the University of Utah, Department of Surgery. However, GTEC's investigation revealed that she was actually an adjunct assistant professor, not a full professor. The commission has maintained that Dr. Ayenso-Dankwa's use of the professor title is misleading and could be considered false pretenses. Listen to excerpts of that vetting.
American College of Surgeons and American Board of Surgery. I have worked in teaching for the last 15 years. Thank you.
So the American College of Surgery in its role has your name there as Professor Ayenso-Dankwa, correct?
American College of Surgeons has my name as a Professor Ayenso-Dankwa. I am a board-certified surgeon, doubly boarded from the United States of America. Thank you.
Well, Joy News has been checking the University of Utah's page for more information. A simple Google search on the school's website lists her as member of faculty. It appears as Grace Ayenso-Dankwa, MD, Doctor of Medicine, MPH, Master of Public Health, Languages Spoken, English, Academic Information, Departments, Adjunct Surgery. GTEC has challenged her professorship. Director-General of GTEC, Professor Ahmed Jinapo Abdullahi, notes that the findings contradict her claim. According to them, the University of Utah wrote to GTEC and indicated that she is an adjunct assistant professor.
The Honorable Deputy Minister of Health and MP, during her vetting, stated on national TV that she is a full professor from University of Utah, Department of Surgery. That is a statement of fact. Her lawyers wrote to GTEC and indicated that she is an assistant professor at Utah. The University of Utah wrote to GTEC and indicated that she is an adjunct assistant professor. In fact, as we speak, she has not been able to provide us with a document that points to her appointment to whatever rank, whether a full professor, an assistant professor, or an adjunct professor.
Meanwhile, Dr. Ayenso-Dankwa's lawyers have clarified in a letter to GTEC that she's an assistant professor at Utah. Also, former presidential candidate of the All People's Congress, APC, Hassan Ayariga, has questioned the motives behind GTEC's handling of its correspondence with him. He's threatened to drag the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission for allegedly damaging his reputation.
How long will it take me to go into my wardrobe and pull out a piece of paper that is written there, PhD, to give it to you? How long will it take? But the way you destroy my reputation by telling people you wrote to me and the letter is in the media and I never received it. Can you prove to the world that you have given me a letter? I dare you to prove that letter. Prove that letter to me. If you destroy my name, my reputation, and you are asking me to come and sit down on TV and clarify that for you, I won't do that. You pay the damages for destroying my, credibility.
But Professor Ahmed Jinapor Abdullahi has since issued an apology to him, but still insisted he must provide evidence to back his title.
If he has attained a PhD, we want to make that distinction. So, Honorable, if for some reason we have offended you, I want to apologize to you. But I want to state for the record and emphatically that if you have not attained a PhD, or if you have attained faith and you haven't provided evidence, then it is not right that a person of your stature should more or less present yourself as somebody who has attained faith.
In a related story, the Assemblies of God Church in Ghana has directed its clergy to stop attaching honorary doctorate titles to their names during official and public functions or risk suspension.
Well, away from that, the Deputy Ranking Member on the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament, Kwame Jujoli-Gakpe, is demanding the immediate prosecution of civil servants cited in the Auditor-General's report for embezzlement of public funds to serve as deterrent to others. His call follows several infractions captured in the Auditor-General's report, with which a number of departments and agencies are answering for the Public Account Committee sitting in Parliament. My colleague James Aveji has a wrap of what transpired on the first day of sitting.
Have been captured in the Auditor-General's report for 2024, for which reason these persons have been appearing before the Public Account Committee to answer questions on how far they have gone in retrieving these monies.
Ghana Investment Promotion Center, Ghana Education Service, Ministry of Energy, Ministry of Interior, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Transport, Ministry of Tourism, and you cannot collect from these people. These are not individuals. These are ministries.
Mr. Chair, we will continue.
That wasn't the question. Give me a specific date, and that date will expect that you'd have paid the money. I think we've danced around. We'll continue too many times.
Mr. Chair, of the belief that within 2 months we should be able to do most of the collection. 2
months, noted.
Yes.
That's starting from today.
Again, between November 2019 and March 2021, you made cash deductions totaling 17,020.61 euros from the salaries of local staff for the payment of tax, social security, and health insurance without accounting for the deductions. Euros. Since you are here yourself, can you tell us when you will make that payment of the balance?
Please, the amount has been fully recovered. I've finished paying.
Auditors, can you confirm if the amount has been fully recovered?
Honorable, please, I can confirm that the amount of 8,086 has been fully recovered.
Hey, so tomorrow, should we sponsor somebody else to go and get a PhD? Dr. Kennedy, or say, come and pay, and then make sure that, you redeem these people. Come and redeem yourself. Dr. Kennedy, or say, I know you are watching us. Dr. Kennedy, or say, come and pay this amount.
Deputy Ranking Member on the committee, Honorable Jujoli-Gakpe, is calling for prosecution of all persons who have been cited to commit some violations in the Auditor-General's report.
If the person refund the money, what is the deterrent to the people? People can have that locus that at the end of the day, when I embezzle money, they will ask me to refund. And for me, in my personal view, they must be cited for prosecution. Because that is what? Criminal. Money that belongs to state. You sign check, withdraw the money, put money into your personal account. It's unfounded. In any jurisdiction, they should have been picked up. But here we are, I'm not alone. It's a committee decision. But from my personal decision, I would have recommended for the prosecution, and I'm calling for the prosecution.
Unique observation on this particular committee is that the chairperson, Honorable Abnao Sasari, has decided to relinquish her chair to the ranking member, Honorable Tamils, to chair all the proceedings. This is her explanation.
When we were amending the standing orders of Parliament, we put it in there that if you are the Public Accounts Committee chairperson and that year pertains to, the report pertains to the year in which you were in power, to help promote transparency and accountability, to help to make sure that people know that we really want to do what is expected of us so that proceedings will be fair and represent a true and fair view of how things should be. And I think we did all this to strengthen and make the public accounts robust and fit for purpose. And it's a good thing.
The committee resumed sitting on Wednesday as key ministries, including the Ministry of Defense, Energy, and Roads and Highway, are expected to appear. James Savage, Parliament House, Accra.
Now, the contractor working on the Amasaman-Sawam stretch of road has indicated the work will be completed in 9 months. This is after commuters who ply the road ask the government to quicken rehabilitation work on that portion, saying the pothole-laden nature of the road is affecting their health and vehicles. Some transport unions had also threatened a protest if nothing was done about the road. My colleague Michael Ashali has more in the following report.
Just days ago, this was the reality. Drivers had to carefully navigate the gaping potholes along this stretch. But today, the experience is much different. That is only because the contractors, Maripoma Enterprises Limited, is currently on site trying to rehabilitate the road and also continue the construction of this 33-kilometer road. As of December 2024, although more than 70% of the work had been done, government had released only 20% of the $340 million needed for the project. Now, an additional $30 million has been paid. At Satellite Junction, the once muddy pool is gone. Laterite is taking its place.
We are suffering, very suffering.
I mean, how are you suffering?
Because we can't come out if it rains. Just a very small downpour, we can't come out. The road become very flooded. Some of the manholes have to be at least filled.
The road is bad. I am happy the contractor is back.
Earlier, drivers threatened to stage a protest over the deplorable state of the road.
We must park the cars on the road and block it.
With works resuming, some drivers say there may be no need for that anymore.
It gives me joy to see that the contractor is back here. If the demonstration happens, I will join, but I think the contractor is doing what we wanted. We should wait a bit.
The original completion date was July 2024. It was later revised to May 2025. Now, Maripoma Enterprise Limited, the construction company, says the project will be ready in 9 months.
The man is not going to take a lot of time. Between 2 and 3 weeks, we must be done with the basic maintenance, and that is filling and grading of the road up to in Samom. But I said we started on Saturday. Within 2 and 3 weeks, we must be clear.
For many road users, the expectation is simple. This time, the contractor must stay on site and finish the work once and for all. For Joy News, Michael Ashali.
Let's remain in Accra because most beggars on Accra Street, including children, are victims of human trafficking, says James Agaga, Chairman of Parliament Defense and Interior Committee. Despite a Ghana Immigration Service suit 2 months ago, child beggars are back. From Obichibilamte Circle to La Paz and 37 Station, Joy News observes men, women and children, many foreigners, turning sidewalks into begging grounds. Was the soup a temporary show of force or a lasting solution? Here's Rodalyn Abensa's report, read to you.
From Obichibilamte through La Paz and 37 Station, adults and young children can be seen back on Accra's streets, pavements and under bridges. At the busy La Paz intersection, this little boy was seen begging for alms. These Nigerians were sent to their country, but they are back, posing a great inconvenience to both pedestrians and drivers alike. Some children, as little as 1 or 3 years, cross the road indiscriminately, sometimes resulting in accidents.
These Nigerians were deported to their home countries, but they are back in Ghana. It's common to see children as young as 1, 2, or 3 years crossing the road indiscriminately, resulting in accidents. These illegal immigrants flee immediately they see the police and return to their base once the police are not in sight.
Some beggars dodged during the swoop, hence were not deported by the immigration officials.
The government deported them, but they have found their way back into the country. Since they don't have any business plying on the street, it is best for them to return to their countries of origin. Officials stationed at various borders must stop taking bribes from them at entry points.
This issue is a very sad one. Some of the beggars dodged the swoop carried out by the immigration officers, so they were not deported. There are a lot here at Circle. The junkies and beggars even look the same. The problem is they make here very dirty. We want the government to focus not only on the Nigerians over here, but every other person who doesn't have work around should also be taken away by the immigration officers and soldiers.
Whether as a nuisance or as a humanitarian crisis, the return of the beggars raises pressing questions. How effective are deportations and for how long will Accra streets be home to them? For Joy News, Rodalyn Abensa's report, read to you.
Well, the deputy ranking member, what will bring you that story? But speaking on the AM show on Joy News, Mr. Agaga accused traffickers of orchestrating the crisis and warned that without swift action, the street will remain a breeding ground for exploitation. He stressed that victims must be rescued and rehabilitated, while traffickers must be hunted down and face the full force of the law.
We've had engagement with the Ghana Immigration Service with respect to the repatriation exercise that was carried out some time ago. And we were very particular about the human rights perspective. You know, for instance, what is the status of those children? Are they covered under our refugee laws? Can they be described as refugees? So we satisfied ourselves that, look, most of those children you see, in our streets are actually victims of, child trafficking. Those issues came to the fore. They are trafficked from various countries brought into this country to beg, and at the end of the day, those who brought them in become beneficiary to, the criminal act of child trafficking. So, we insisted that, okay, if you have to repatriate them, you must liaise with the UNHCR, the Ghana Refugee Board, to ensure that those who meet the criteria and can be treated as refugees are treated as such, whilst those who are victims of child trafficking are rescued and maybe reunited with their families abroad. So the process must continue to ensure that the children whose rights are abused, because if the engage in child trafficking and pour them onto the streets, I mean, it's a major violation of their fundamental human rights.
Okay.
I mean, it's criminal conduct, and those who are behind that practice ought to be arrested and prosecuted.
Let's now do some politics, because the opposition NPP has vowed to offer protection to its members during the Akwetia by-election, despite the assurances by the Ghana Police Service that it would deploy thousands of officers to the area to ensure ultimate security. Now, the Electoral Commission has, however, announced that it will begin printing ballot papers for the Akwetia by-election on August 20th. The following report has more.
The Ghana Police Service, political parties, and also the Electoral Commission have just concluded a meeting on the modalities and security arrangements for the upcoming Akwetia by-elections. Well, the Electoral Commission has made it public that they will begin the printing of ballot papers for that particular by-elections on Wednesday, the 20th of August 2025. Several concerns were raised by the various political parties, especially the main opposition political party, the MPP, whose representative here, the party's national organizer, Nana Boakye, said that the police has yet to give them the assurance that they will deal with the people who perpetrated violence at the Ablekuma North elections.
Recently, there were some few guys who made some comments on social media. The police, in their view, thought that it was a threat to our peace. They effected arrest. And as I speak, yesterday, they were released. So we also pointed this out to Ghana Police, that if you can make such quick arrest, how is it difficult for you to arrest people who've caused these problems over a month ago? But again, they assured us that they are going to have some arrest, and they are going to make sure that they instill the confidence that is needed for us to go into the Akwetia by-elections. So that is what they have said. But we have also mentioned it to them that as we speak, we lack that requisite confidence in the Ghana Police, especially because of what happened in Ablekuma North, where the people are, the images are all over, the people are seeing. For me, my deputy, he had almost about 20 guys on him. The videos is all over, there are images all over. So we also pointed this out to the Ghana Police.
Meanwhile, the NDC's Rashid Tanko Computer says his party was happy with the modalities that were laid out by the Ghana Police Service.
Deployment plan indicating they are bringing all their regional commanders and then their POMAC members to beef up security, and that they are not going to leave any stone unturned to make sure that there's enough security at the police. And so they are not expecting anybody to come with any macho men or personal security and all that. The EC also brief us what they intend to do in terms of accreditation. They will make sure that all our leadership who are going to do the monitoring observation will be given accreditation. And we are very clear in our mind that the NDC, we are committed to the peace plan, the process they've put in place. But we are mindful of the activity of our opponent who will come in there with dangerous weapons. You remember what happened at Ablekuma North? That triggered all this problem.
A new political party is on the block, APP, and they say they are in to win it.
Money. We are there to win this election. You see, what you people are always saying, NDC and MPP. This time it's not about NDC and MPP. Ghanaians already know who they are. And you know Akwetia, there was a lot of problems in Akwetia by elections. Even in election after the 2024 election, we saw what happens.
The Akwetia by-election is happening on the 2nd of September 2025, which is just 2 weeks away from now. And of course, the stakes has never been this high. Both the NDC and the MPP in particular will be hoping to win this to augment their numbers in Parliament. From the police headquarters, my name is Kenneth Jesse for Joy News.
Meanwhile, the Electoral Commission has declared the Tamale Central constituency seat as vacant. This follows the tragic death of the MP Murtala Mohammed. It was actually captured in a statement a while ago, and we'll bring you that statement shortly on your screen. And it reads, the Electoral Commission wishes to announce for the information of the general public that following the unfortunate death of the Member of Parliament for the Tamale Central constituency, Honorable Murtala Mohammed Ibrahim, the seat of the constituency in Parliament has become vacant in accordance with Article 1125 of the Constitution as amended. The Electoral Commission will hold a by-election in the constituency on Tuesday, 30th September 2025. Accordingly, the Commission will receive nominations from prospective candidates for the election of a Member of Parliament for the said constituency. The nominations will be received at the Tamale Metropolitan Office of the Commission from 8th September 2025 to 10th September 2025 between the hours of 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. on each day. Interested candidates are required to download the nomination forms from the Commission's website, as you see there, www.ec.gov.gh from August 19, 2025 to 10th of September 2025. Well, it's a good time to bring in Dr. Ishmael Noma. He is President, Institute for Security, Disaster and Emergency Studies. Thank you so much for your time. What do you make of the posturing of the opposition NPP about security in Akwetia? Should we be concerned?
Carlos, good to speak with you. I think it is good to be concerned when somebody threatens a certain form of direction or action. So we should definitely be concerned. But I don't believe that the MPP want to use violence at Akwetia because, as I said before, they will lose legitimacy as a valid, credible political party in opposition in Ghana. I believe that there's a lot that the Joint Election Task Force can do to reassure all participating political parties at Akwetia to rest assured. In fact, if we go with what happened at Ablokuma North, Ghana Police was doing a very good job until the incident with the pepper spray. And so it has been advised severally, even at your station. I remember Mr. Kutin actually suggested there should be at least 3 or so perimeters. Once you clear the first perimeter, I am adding that at the second perimeter, there should be scanning machines that if you walk through, as it is in other hotels and even in Parliament, before you enter the Parliament building, you go through a scanning machine. We have to start doing these things because of the history of violence with our election. If you have a scanning machine there, 1 or 2, and people go through, you don't have to physically touch them, and then you can swap them down with a scanner, and then they can go in. So no pepper spray, no broken bottle, no knife, none of those things that you can use to hurt somebody. We have to become more proactive, and we have to take every kind of threat seriously, because when somebody threatens you, you don't take it seriously, it could actualize into real action. And then by that time, it will be too late. So, but I believe that MPP respects itself, just as NDC respects itself, and none of these parties are going to go there and create violence. I believe that pre-election campaign, there is a bit of bravado, and we've heard all of this before. So Ghana Police is ready, and I believe that because of what happened at Ablokuma North, they will arrest anybody who attempts anything at Akwetia.
Right. Thank you so much, Dr. Ishmael Noma, for speaking to us here on Joy News Prime. You're still watching Joy News Prime? We'll come with more. Please stay. Welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us. Now, the Minister for Transport, Joseph Bukari-Nekpe, has cited some staff of the ministry for illegal sale of buffer lands to encroachers. The minister made the revelation during an inspection tour of the Accra-Tama Railway as he announces a joint National Security and Lands Commission operation to carry out a massive demolition of structures encroaching on railway lines across the country.
We are working with the National Security and we are going to work with the Lands Commission. There's going to be massive demolition of structures that are on the right-of-way of the Railway Development Authority. And when that is done, we will quickly get the Lands Commission to help us put titles to all our lands. I shouldn't miss words to say that it is from our own workers who are selling our lands to the encroachers. And that is one thing that we are dealing internally. We will not spare any of our workers. If we trace to see that you have sold our land, we will take you on. And you will be ready to settle whoever you have taken money from for us to have these public assets for the public use. We need to reserve something for all of us. Public use. These lands were secured by our first president, Sajifu Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, for the use of public. Ask yourself, if you are just an individual seeking to take public lands for your own individual use, are you serving yourself good? Because you yourself and your family or whoever you have will also need to move. This is just to facilitate our movement and enhance our trade and tourism. Now you are blocking, and tomorrow it will get the opportunity to expand. Because of you, we can no more expand for the general public. I think that as Ghanaians, we should begin asking ourselves, we still have more land in this country. Why would you want to use that as is reserved for the general public? We want to caution that if you are on our right-of-way land, please begin to do your own movement before we come on you.
Now, away from that, the Rights to Information Commission, established to promote transparency and accountability in governance, is facing a severe crisis. Despite its critical role in ensuring Ghanaians have access to public information, the Commission is crippled by extreme understaffing, jeopardizing its ability to fulfill its nationwide mandate. My colleague Maxwell Aklobotu has more in the following report.
The Rights to Information Commission in Ghana is facing significant challenges as it marks its 50th anniversary. Despite being established to promote transparency and accountability, the Commission is struggling with inadequate staffing, which is undermining its ability to function effectively nationwide. The Commission's head of legal affairs, Stephen Owusu, acknowledges that the current staff strength is insufficient to match the scope of its work.
We are required to register presence in all the regions. As we speak, we were giving clearance for 120 members of staff. Okay, but the Public Services Commission, I remember, gave us clearance for 360. Okay. So the 120 falls far short of what the Public Services Commission has recommended should be the staff strength of the Commission. We are establishing in Cape Coast and Tamale by the end of the year. We need people in those areas. If you look at the staff strength in Kumasi to cater for Ashanti region, we need more numbers there. They are supposed to go to schools, go to institutions to sensitize management and staff, and at the same time monitor compliance. So we need more numbers to be able to do all this.
Despite these challenges, the Commission says it remains committed to carrying out its core mandate. Executive Secretary Shirley Latte assures that the Commission will continue to operate effectively while seeking solutions to address the staffing and logistic constraints.
As a Commission, we continue to sensitize these institutions. We write to them, we train their information officers. They are mandated to have information officers in every institution. They have to have a designated desk for right to information activities. And as a Commission, we go out regularly to educate these information officers and the institution so that they would know what to do when individuals or institutions or the citizens come forward with requests to these institutions.
The Commission urges all institutions to maintain compliance with the Right to Information Act, ensuring a smooth operation for accessing information. This call emphasizes the importance of cooperation in promoting transparency and accountability across Ghana. For Joy News, Maxwell Akrobotu's report read to you.
Well, the Chief Executive Officer of the Forestry Commission, Dr. Hugh Brown, is courting the support of the church in the protection of the forest. He believes the fight against illegal mining can be won when the church speaks out against the negative practices that harm the environment and advocate for sustainable management of natural resources. There's more in the following report.
Forestry Commission is entrusted with and manages forest reserves and wildlife parks. This represents about 15% of Ghana's land area of 238,540 square kilometers. Chief Executive of the Forestry Commission, Dr. Hugh Brown, says managing Ghana's forest resources requires concerted efforts. He says it is only when stakeholders, especially the church, which has divine responsibility to be faithful stewards of God's creation, play their roles well in support of efforts by the Forestry Commission, that optimal results will be achieved.
But as you know, we have been overwhelmed by illegal activities, illegal farming, illegal felling of trees, and illegal mining. And we have spoken and told the whole country that we cannot do it alone. We need support of every stakeholder in this country. And for the church, because we are supposed to be good stewards, we are supposed to reach out to the Forestry Commission like we did during the Tree for Life Restoration Initiative. The churches supported us and planted trees across the country. We are asking all churches to continue to support the Commission in that wise. And secondly, when we see illegal activities going on in our communities, we should report them.
Dr. Brown made the admonition in a speech read for him by the Director of Operations at the Commission, Valerie Fomenasa, at the ongoing annual camp meeting of the Krapat district of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. He commended the Seventh-day Adventist Church for leading the way in landscape restoration initiatives through government's flagship Green Ghana and the Tree for Life projects.
The Chief Executive and the entire staff of the Commission have done a lot, but it is not easy. We need the entire country to be on board. Unemployment is one of the major issues. So we are asking the church if they can create employment opportunities for the youth in the church so that they will be distracted from these areas.
The church, through its Save Our Waters project, has been encouraging and leading members to embark on cleanup exercises along water bodies while discouraging members from partaking in activities that destroy the environment. Here is Pastor Stephen Darko, head of the Krapat district of the Seventh-day Adventist Church.
For us as a church and as stewards, we also give our members the opportunity to also excel. So therefore we have things to help bring out our youth so that they be self-employed.
The theme for this year's camp meeting is called to be faithful, commandment of God and faith in Jesus. From Kumasi, for Joy News, Ohene Interior reporting.
Well, it's showbiz time, and Becky Beggs has a lot of
information. Yeah, I
front.
think that we should begin with Shatta Wale and MOG Beats. Yes. So MOG Beat has removed 2 of Shatta Wale's songs from Apple Music after accusing the dancehall star of selling his catalog without giving due credit or paying him and other producers. We have more in the following report.
On 19th August 2025, MOG announced on X that he had taken down Shatta Wale's Rain album and Wonder Boy album, citing unresolved issues of credit and royalties.
You Shatta Wale, if you don't get a problem and your body they eat you just want to have a problem to solve, right?
According to him,
Shatta Wale wrongfully claimed production credit for songs he and other producers made in order to secure money from an international company without their knowledge or consent. MOG warned that the removal of the albums was only the beginning.
The company, the international company, you scam them millions of dollars. You for sort them out. You then them for good talk. It be them where they will come talk to me later. After you settle everything, they will come meet me.
The award-winning producer who produced some songs on Shatta Wale's Rain album, Gringo, Bend Over, If I See, and Squeeze, said he had been cheated despite his contribution to the project.
2021, if you now can't tell me, say, the beats I produce give you and says, or it be Conco beats, it be 500 CDs beats, it be 2 CD beats and says, oh. Insult upon insult. It not be problem. Fast forward 2025, you carry these same beats, these same songs I produce give you. Put your name for and say it be produced by Shatta Wale. 25 songs plus. You go take advance millions of dollars just to come and buy Rolls Royce, then cars, then Lamborghini, then things, or to show say you get money past Ghanaian artists.
This fresh clash comes on the back of a long-running dispute between the two. In 2021, MOG Beat publicly accused Shatta Wale of failing to pay him for 10 songs he produced on the Rain album. Although Shatta Wale had promised compensation, MOG said he was never paid even after the album became a major success.
The 2021 fight where you happen, you know lessons for inside. The money you know pay me. You don't get the money. On a normal day, that Rolls Royce, you know go fear afford down. You do pass your power. Why you for come involve me and scam the company using my property? Why? After 2021, you still know you learn your lesson. You chop like 52 or whatever. Why you don't learn your lesson, Anna? Your fans, I'm not saying they will can't side you then says, oh, you know the problem. If they say this one the defamation of character, make you bring evidence. Means I will bring my evidence. If you say you play the beat, you know the problem. I'm not finished. This will be part 1.
With tensions resurfacing, the battle between MOG Beats and Shatta Wale over credits and royalties appears far from over.
Because it appears that this dispute is not ending anytime soon. We'll be following this critically and be bringing you everything that you need to know about the back and forth with Shatta Wale and MOG Beats. I'm sure Shatta Wale will be coming out to, say a lot more. Also, we're expecting that MOG Beats will also come out to counterpart whatever it is that Shatta Wale will say. So please stay with us here on the Joy News channel. I will be bringing you more of that developing story. But let's talk about Prime Movie Box. You know what we do, Carlos? Every Tuesday on Joy News Prime, we try to introduce a new movie to our beautiful, lovely viewers. And this evening, the movie is actually produced by one of our own, Rabbi Bray. It's called Clout. We have the trailer here for you. So on September 13th, we will all be going to the Accra Mall Silverbird Cinemas to watch Clout, produced by Rabbi Bray. I've never really, talked about this anywhere, but Rabbi gave me my first movie role in A Drop of Happiness.
Okay.
Yeah, I acted alongside.
How many years ago?
I think that was like 5 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I mean, I totally enjoyed it. So you should look, out for this one. It's gonna be, it will blow your mind, sort of. Carlos, I know that there's a lot happening in Ghana. I was supposed to be minding our business here in Ghana, but I want to take you to Uganda, yeah? There's something trending in Uganda. You know how
Museveni's own Uganda.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you know how we try to put our names behind our jerseys when it comes to football and all that. That in Uganda, this is what some people have written behind their jerseys. So the first one says stingy man, enough is enough. Are you a stingy man?
I'm not.
If you're a stingy man, enough is enough. And then this guy says that she wasted my time. I don't know who wasted his time, but he just had to let the world know that the lady wasted his time. And there's another one, a prisoner is more free than a man who promised a woman money. But really, why would you even promise me money and not give me the money? Why
but
do I have to call you?
The statement is not saying the man is not going to give the money.
No, the thing is, for instance, you tell me, you give me 100 cedis today.
Yeah.
You told me yesterday, I'll give you 100 cedis tomorrow. Then tomorrow is here, which is today, and I have to remind you why.
Why do you need to remind me?
Because you acted.
No, I have given you a promise.
Because
so
you're
I'm
acting
going to
like you.
my promise.
What
so just relax. And
why should I be relaxed? You don't promise money to any woman. You don't do that. And this one, really avoid poor. Really, why?
But this is real.
Avoid poor women. Yeah. Why have you had an encounter with poor women?
I've read a book about it, and I think yeah.
Tell me about it.
Oh, I will tell you.
I know this is not part of that, but really.
Yeah.
And we have to. So the men are deliberately They
spoke about how you cannot satisfy
a poor woman.
No matter what level you bring her up to.
Right.
But when you pick a woman from a rich background, because they understand how money works, the little you give them,
they appreciate it. So, so you're saying that women, poor women, quote unquote, is relative, but poor women don't appreciate money or don't appreciate.
Of course, they demand a lot, and you cannot satisfy them.
I cannot really tell if I'm
poor.
So
I'll share the book with you.
Maybe I should read it. Right. I cannot tell if I'm poor or not. I can't relate. I'm rich. Yeah. In Jesus' name. Yeah. Praise the Lord.
Well, that's all the showbiz stories we have for you here on Joy News Prime.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We'll talk about what you were talking about tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's an interesting story.
I know, it's very interesting. You have no idea. You have to stay for Joy News Prime tomorrow. That showbiz segment. There's a lot.
Yeah, sure. You can log on to myjoyonline.com for a lot more story. Pius Bakar will be here for Prime Business.